Exodus chapter 28.
Then bring near to you Aharon your brother, and his sons with him, from among the people of Yisra'el, to serve me as kohenim. Aharon and Aharon's sons, Nadav and Avihu, Eleazar and Ithamar. And you shall make qodesh garments for Aharon your brother, for glory and for beauty. You shall speak to all the skillful, whom I have filled with the spirit of skill, that they may make Aharon's garments to consecrate him for my priesthood. These are the garments that they shall make: a breastpiece, an ephod, a robe, a coat of checkerwork, a turban, and a sash. They shall make qodesh garments for Aharon your brother and his sons to serve me as kohenim. They shall receive gold, blue, and purple and scarlet yarns, and fine twined linen. And they shall make the ephod of gold, of blue and purple and scarlet yarns, and of fine twined linen, skillfully worked. It shall have 2 shoulder pieces attached to its 2 edges, so that it may be joined together. And the skillfully woven band on it shall be made like it, and be of one piece with it, of gold, blue, and purple and scarlet yarns, and fine twined linen. You shall take 2 shoham stones, and engrave on them the names of the sons of Yisra'el, 6 of their names on the one stone, and the names of the remaining 6 on the other stone, in the order of their birth. As a jeweler engraves signets, so shall you engrave the 2 stones with the names of the sons of Yisra'el. You shall enclose them in settings of gold filigree. And you shall set the 2 stones on the shoulder pieces of the ephod, as stones of remembrance for the sons of Yisra'el. And Aharon shall bear their names before YHWH on his 2 shoulders for remembrance. You shall make settings of gold filigree, and 2 chains of pure gold, twisted like cords, and you shall attach the corded chains to the settings. You shall make a breastpiece of judgment in skilled work. In the style of the ephod you shall make it, of gold, blue, and purple and scarlet yarns, and fine twined linen shall you make it. It shall be square and doubled, a span its length and a span its breadth. You shall set in it 4 rows of stones. A row of ruby, topaz, and emerald shall be the first row, and the second row a turquoise, a sapphire, and a diamond, and the third row a jacinth, an agate, and an amethyst, and the 4th row a beryl, a shoham, and a jasper. They shall be set in gold filigree. There shall be 12 stones with their names according to the names of the sons of Yisra'el. They shall be like signets, each engraved with its name, for the 12 tribes. You shall make for the breastpiece twisted chains like cords of pure gold, and you shall make for the breastpiece 2 rings of gold, and put the 2 rings on the 2 edges of the breastpiece. And you shall put the 2 cords of gold in the 2 rings at the edges of the breastpiece. The 2 ends of the 2 cords you shall attach to the 2 settings of filigree, and so attach it in front of the shoulder pieces of the ephod. You shall make 2 rings of gold, and put them at the 2 ends of the breastpiece, on its inside edge next to the ephod, and you shall make 2 rings of gold, and attach them in front to the lower part of the 2 shoulder pieces of the ephod, at its seam above the skillfully woven band of the ephod. And they shall bind the breastpiece by its rings to the rings of the ephod with a lace of blue, so that it may lie on the skillfully woven band of the ephod, so that the breastpiece shall not come loose from the ephod. So Aharon shall bear the names of the sons of Yisra'el in the breastpiece of judgment on his heart, when he goes into the kodesh place, to bring them to regular remembrance before YHWH. And in the breastpiece of judgment you shall put the Urim and the Tumim, and they shall be on Aharon's heart, when he goes in before YHWH. Thus Aharon shall bear the judgment of the people of Yisra'el on his heart, before YHWH regularly. You shall make the robe of the ephod olive blue. It shall have an opening for the head in the middle of it, with a woven binding around the opening, like the opening in a garment, so that it may not tear. On its hem you shall make pomegranates of blue and purple and scarlet yarns around its hem, with bells of gold between them, a golden bell and a pomegranate, a golden bell and a pomegranate, around the hem of the robe. And it shall be on Aharon when he ministers, and its sound shall be heard when he goes into the kodesh place before YHWH, and when he comes out, so that he does not die. You shall make a plate of pure gold and engrave on it, like the engraving of a signet, kodeshah to YHWH. And ye shall fasten it on the turban by a cord of blue. It shall be on the front of the turban. It shall be on Aharon's forehead. And Aharon shall bear any guilt from the qodesh things that the people of Yisra'el consecrate as their qodesh gifts. It shall be regularly on his forehead, that they may be accepted before YHWH. You shall weave the coat in checkerwork of fine linen, and you shall make a turban of fine linen, and you shall make a sash embroidered with needlework. For Aharon's sons you shall make coats and sashes and caps. You shall make them for glory and beauty. And you shall put them on Aharon your brother, and on his sons with him, and shall anoint them and ordain them and consecrate them, that they may serve me as kohenim. You shall make for them linen undergarments to cover their naked flesh. They shall reach from the hips to the thighs, and they shall be on Aharon and on his sons when they go into the tent of meeting, or when they come near the altar to minister in the kodesh place, lest they bear guilt and die. This shall be a statute forever for him and for his offspring after him.
Amen.